with respect to the masks, they first of all, let me tell you about masks restrict your breathing. And this can be very problematic, even for a healthy person with no breathing or respiratory illness. But for someone who has asthma or COPD or other forms of lung or airway disease, I mean, it could be devastating trying to walk around and do your activities with a mask. On top of that, the materials that the mask is made from have potential toxicity in and of themselves. So if you have a fiberglass mask, every time you breathe in, little particles of fiberglass are going into your lungs, and that's known to cause disease. Plus, there are various other solvents and chemicals that may be in there that you're breathing the vapors of that with every breath, and we don't know what the outcome of those things are. There is one study I came across that actually looks at how well masks work for preventing spread of the flu. And they looked at no masks, they looked at medical masks like the N95, and they looked at makeshift cloth masks, which is what a lot of people are using right now. And in that study, and it wasn't very conclusive because the confidence intervals overlapped one on the relative risk. So that means that it wasn't very strongly powered statistically. So you should take the results with a grain of salt because the result might be actually that there's no difference between any of the masks or no mask. But what the main conclusions of the study were is that the group that wore the cloth masks actually had a higher rate of getting the flu than wearing no mask or wearing the medically produced mask. So if you take that seriously, then what you would say is that people wearing cloth masks now actually are increasing their risk of getting sick. So it definitely goes against the common wisdom. My main criticism prima facie of the masks, aside from the psychological and social consequences, is that the pore size of the mask is 1 to 2 orders of magnitude larger than the size of a viral particle. So a virus particle is about 100 nanometers, according to what they say about this alleged COVID virus. And the pore size of the mask, an N95 mask, is on the order of microns or micrometers. So it'd be 1 to 2 orders of magnitude difference. So it would be like if you were trying to walk through a door and that door was 100 feet high and 100 feet wide. It wouldn't really stop you. Someone else made an analogy that if you put a chain link fence around your garden to keep out mosquitoes, right? There's no
Yeah.
chance that it would work. So I think these masks are for another purpose. And I think it's to separate people from each other, alienate people from each other. I mean, if we look in our society, who would wear a mask like this, aside from a surgeon, it would actually be someone who is a criminal who is trying to hide their identity.